It's lovely. Thank you, Pearl.
So are you.
Thanks.
How was your swim?
It was great. You know what I was wishing?
No, what were you wishing?
That instead of going to court all day, that we could take a nice long drive in the country. Let's do that as soon as this trial's over, okay?
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea, but I think we're going to have to hold off on it, Sweet Pea.
Why?
Well, because I'm going away tomorrow, and I don't know when I'm coming back.
What do you mean? Where are you going?
I'm going to check myself into the same hospital that Kelly's in.
Buenos dias. I didn't hear the alarm.
Didn't go off. It's early.
Well, that's just as well. I have a lot to do this morning.
Cruz.
Yeah.
Something I need to say to you.
What's that? Nice way to give it. What did you want to say?
What I need to say to you that I said this way.
Darling. I think it would be better to do this some other time. I just said I've got a million things to do before court convenes today, and I want to be able to give you my full attention when we're together.
Do you really think that's possible?
Oh, no, wait a
I don't
second.
want to hold
Yesterday,
you
didn't want to
back.
talk
Just
to
don't
me.
do whatever it is you have to do.
Santana, please don't
Look,
do
Cruz,
this.
you're not the only one who's busy. I've got a million things to do today.
Augusta, this is Cruz. I'm sorry it's so early, but I've got to talk to Julia. All right, well, have her call me as soon as she can. I have some very important news for her client's case. I'm sorry. Thank you. You know, I do want to be with you. You are taking this the wrong way.
Fine, then we'll make an appointment because I'm not going to sit around and wait for you anymore.
Is your jury summations?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to sleep with my lover and woke up with my attorney. Think I could convince either of them to come back to bed with me?
My last chance to reach the jury, which determines your fate.
And stop trying to seduce me and get back to work. I get that. Hello? Okay, just a second. It's your sister.
Oh. Augusta? Sorry to disturb you, but Cruz Castillo called. Said it was very important. I told him you were in the shower, and I think you better call him back, or he'll think I'm the one that was all wet. Well, thanks for letting me know. Oh, listen, could you do me one more favor?
Oh,
Could you, pick out my beige suit, you know, the one that makes me look like a college professor?
I'd like to wear that to court today.
All right, as long as you don't ask me to press it. I'm hopeless iron-wise.
I won't.
That'll be fine. Listen, I'll be home and change your things tonight.
And you have time to join me for light breakfast?
Hold on a second. Augusta, I'm sorry, what?
I asked
If you'd have time for breakfast with me.
No, I don't. I'm just going to have to catch something on the way.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah. See you. Beige suit. Well, maybe I should have been a valet. I'm coming. Who is it?
Mason.
Well, what brings you here so bright and early?
I just dropped by to invite the opposition to the local diner. Discuss the case over scrambled eggs. But since I see that Julia isn't quite ready yet, do you mind if I come in and wait for her?
I thought you were gone. I'll stay out of your way.
Look, let's not fight anymore. I hate to see you unhappy like
Then
this.
don't look at me.
Will you just tell me what's going on?
Will you stop it? Just stop acting dumb. You know exactly what's going on. You know why you keep finding excuses not to be with me, not to touch me. Because you don't have any feelings for me.
That's not true. I have a lot of feelings
Oh, yeah,
for
sure.
you.
Pity, annoyance, and boredom.
Santana, please.
Will you don't touch me. Just leave me alone.
What's the matter with you? Is it your allergies?
My life is what's the matter with me. And I know who to blame. I know exactly why you haven't touched me since the day that Kirk Cranston went to prison.
Okay, now that's about enough here. You're starting to talk like a crazy
You're
person.
making me crazy. You know, why don't you just go live with Eden openly? I'm getting sick. I'm getting tired of pretending like I don't know that you're having an affair.
I am not having an affair. Is that, how many times do I have to tell you that? Is that what this is about?
Why don't you just try telling the truth once? Maybe I'll believe you.
I am telling the truth.
You are a liar. I hate you. You're nothing but a liar.
You don't mean that.
I do.
Santana, how many years have we known each other? When have I ever lied to you?
You never had a reason to before because I wasn't your wife.
It's all the more reason not to. Now, I thought you understood me. Marriage is a commitment that I could never take lightly.
I guess that depends on which woman you're married to.
I am married to you, and I have been faithful to you. Look at me. Eden and I are not having an affair. Now, I need you to believe that.
I don't know if I believe you, if I just want to believe
For
you.
the love of heaven, what happened? Did somebody come and say something to you about...
No, I don't know what's happening. All I know is that you're not giving me what I want. We're not giving each other what we need. I gotta go pick up Brandon at Mama's and take him to school.
Brandon could be late to school day.
I have to go.
This is really not a good time, Mason.
There's a little matter I need to straighten out with Attorney Wainwright regarding certain evidence.
She's beaten you. Why don't you just go home and sulk?
Augusta, just tell her I'm here.
I'm sorry. You can't see her.
Don't tell me she's still asleep.
Actually, she's gone to the courthouse. You've just missed her.
My. That gives her a 4-hour leeway on a 15-minute trip. She's certainly leaving nothing to chance, is she?
She never does. You probably could learn a lesson from that. Could have saved yourself a trip. Now, if you don't mind.
Well, give Julia my compliments on her choice of costumes for the day. That's conservative, sensible, and designed to inspire confidence in the jury.
This happens to be my suit, Mason. I wore it last night. I just left it up for the cleaners.
No, Augusta, you were wearing a gray sundress when I saw you last night. But I admire your sibling loyalty. By the way, just between the two of us, does it, make you nervous to know that Julia's sleeping with a lady killer?
Off you go, Mason.
Are they sure that this private detective didn't doctor this photo the way that he doctored the others?
Yes, they are sure. Cruz is absolutely positive that Sheila was here at the time of Madeline's murder.
Stop worrying.
Sorry. You know, I'm really starting to feel like things are going our way. Sorry I spent so much time being negative.
Well, you must have had some positive moments along the way.
What do you mean?
I found this. It's a vacation in June at a cabin in the mountains.
Да, я совсем забыл об этом. Я ни разу не был там, хотя снял домик несколько недель назад. Тогда я более оптимистично смотрел на жизнь. Увы, присяжные еще не вынесли свой вердикт.
Ты поедешь в горы один?
А разве ты не составишь мне компанию?
Ты меня приглашаешь. Как я люблю тебя.
Когда закончится этот кошмар?
Потерпи сегодня.
Успокойся, Кортни.
Зачем тебе ложиться в сумасшедший дом? Ты спятил.
Нет, успокойся. Тише, тише. Здесь у стен есть.
Ну зачем? Только не говори, что ты сумасшедший.
Конечно, нет. Я пытаюсь помочь Келли. Давай присядь. Не нравится мне этот доктор Роулинг. Хотя этого шарлатана и доктором не хочется называть.
Почему, Перл?
Внешне все нормально. У него куча дипломов, но от этого никакого толку. Состояние Келли ухудшается.
У тебя есть доказательства?
Милая девушка, умоляю, поверь мне на слово один единственный раз. Я не стану объяснять причины.
Перл, это нечестно. Я боюсь. Ты идешь на большой риск. Зачем тебе это? Ты ведь не был близко знаком с Келли.
Хорошо. Это связано не только с Келли, а в большей степени с Роулингсом. Несколько лет назад его пациентом был один близкий мне человек. Секунду. Доктор Джастин, вы пришли вовремя. Малыш, пожми руку великолепному медику, подпись которого отправит скромного дворецкого в психбольницу. Да, где Хобарт? Он должен был прийти сюда 10 минут назад, вместе со снимками Шейлы Карлайл. Да, хорошо, я подожду несколько минут. Он появился. Наконец-то.
You're late. What is it?
Sorry, there's been a delay. There's been a little problem with the evidence.
There's been a delay. The defense is due.
Защита должна ознакомиться с вещественными уликами. Билл, где снимки? Что происходит?
Августа против комнаты. Через 30 секунд я должна превратиться в суперадвоката. У меня все же замечательная сестра. Так, а где же мой костюм? Августа, выбери себе другой наряд, иначе Мэйсон Кэпвелл будет издеваться надо мной при каждом удобном случае. Мне сейчас некогда заниматься расшифровкой таинственных криптограмм. Тебе придется выкроить время и выслушать несколько слов. Сколько? Поговорим о Дэвиде Лоране. Августа, только не сейчас. Круз ждет меня в своем кабинете. И не забывай, я еще не одета. Что же мне надеть? Возьми трубку. Слушаю.
Августа, это Круз. Джулия ушла?
Нет, она в душе, Круз. Извини, я выезжаю.
Я рад, что застал тебя.
Почему?
Ты собиралась изучить вещественные доказательства, уличающие Шейлу?
Да, Круз.
Снимок исчез. Я император. Это Жозефина. Иди ко мне, любовь моя.
Что ты делаешь?
Он репетирует. Прекрати, Перл. Жалься надо мной, Джастин. Возможно, что из меня вышел неважнецкий Наполеон.
Yeah, I must be nuts to even consider doing something like this. I'm not going to have anything more to do with it, in fact.
Here.
Will you stay out of this super play? Wait a minute. Just to remember. It's the only way we can help Kelly, unless you can think of a better idea.
No. But I'm not about to play games with something this important.
You know, for a youngin, you lack a certain perceptiveness.
Yeah, and you lack a certain sensitivity when it comes to dealing with other people. I mean, do you really think that I would arrange to have you placed among patients who are struggling just to survive each day? I mean, to you, this is just some sort of adventure.
Doc, I think it'd be a very good idea if you would brush up on certain subjects like underlying motivations and how certain people handle their pain so they don't go over the edge. Did it ever occur to you in your finite wisdom that I kid around to lighten things up because I am only too familiar with the frightening nature of this crisis?
Yes, it occurred to me. I just didn't put it together with what you said earlier.
It's okay. You know about as much about me as the little lady does.
Which isn't much.
No, it isn't.
It's enough to know that I am not kidding around here. Now, my methods may be a little bit clumsy, but my intentions are strictly samurai.
I guess I owe you an apology.
Yeah. You just take it off my bill. So I'm going to see you later on this afternoon, right?
Why?
What do you mean, why? So, well, I can prove to you that I can get by the little man in the white coats. Now, once I'm in there, I look after Kelly, make sure everything is all right with her, and that Rollins can't hurt her. But I need your help to do that.
All right. I'll be back. But I'm not making any promises.
Thank you, Doc. You will not regret this.
Better not.
Later.
Thanks.
Empress, let us make track.
Сантана, ты дома? Где ты? Сантана, ты дома?
All we know so far is that the photo disappeared somewhere in between the clerk's office and the filing desk. We're investigating right now.
Oh, that's terrific, Keith. Just go right on investigating that. And if you happen to find out how important evidence in a murder trial just vanishes into thin air while in police possession, no less, I would be thrilled to hear it.
Well, I can understand how this upsets you.
Upset is not an adequate description of how I feel right now.
I am going to look into this myself, and I promise you, if we find out what happens, heads will roll.
That's not good enough.
You know, I'd be happy to testify that I saw the photo and verify the date on the newspaper next to Sheila.
You're out of this.
No, you're out of this. I am prepared to call a full-fledged hearing on this matter.
Regrettably, she has a right to do that.
And I'm going to call you, Mr. DA, to the stand. You saw the photos, you lost the photos, and I'm going to let everybody in this courtroom know just how incompetent you really are. This doesn't look like lost pictures.
Oh, well, no, this is a little presentation that Mason and I worked up to present to the jury. When David Laurent is found guilty, we are going to ask for the death penalty.
Oh, really?
Yes. And despite all your best efforts to date, even if you manage to work in all of Sheila Carlisle's evidence, he is going to be found guilty.
We'll see.
And when he's found guilty, we will ask for the death sentence, unless...
Unless what?
You decide to drop the matter of the picture.
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
Well, bravo, Keith. You've managed to out-Machiavelli me.
Are you willing to take the chance that he may be found not guilty? Because if he's innocent, you shouldn't worry about the death penalty. But if you have miscalculated...
It's a gas chamber.
You are unbelievable. Both of you.
Cyanide gas can be hard on a friendship.
No, Mason, for God's sake.
All right, everybody, that's enough.
All right. Well, court is going to reconvene in a few minutes. I have things to do. Ciao.
Мне жаль, что все так получилось. Я надеюсь, что снимок будет найден.
Твоя работа?
Нет, я не заинтересован.
Интересная формулировочка, Мейсон.
Джулия, ты преследуешь личные интересы. Иначе наше предложение не было бы принято. Хотя эта улика могла бы повлиять на окончательный вердикт присяжных.
Мейсон, почему вы так боитесь проиграть? Ради сомнительной победы вы уничтожили важнейшую улику.
Джулия, я докажу необоснованность твоих упреков. О, а вот и первые зрители. Проходите, располагайтесь. Не желаете ли выслушать краткое резюме дела Дэвида Лорана?
You're about to get a preview of the main event. The state's summation of the case against David Laurent. I was going to run it by Ms. Wainwright here, but you three represent a much better challenge. If I can convince you, a jury won't be any problem.
Junior, what is this? I don't know. Let him do it. I'm interested to hear what he has left of this case.
You got the floor, Mace. Let her rip.
Why, thank you, Pearl. I will begin by giving Julia credit for obscuring the facts with a lot of melodrama. But then I sympathize with her, because what alternative did she have? Her entire case rests on the testimony of that chameleon cum actress, Sheila Carlisle. Which of Sheila's stories did you three like the best? They're all entertaining, if not credible, from the stalwart business partner and friend to the loving, sacrificing mistress to the vindictive, jealous, spurned woman. They're all very satisfying performances. If this were a theater instead of a court of law, I would have applauded. But it's not a theater. It is a court of law, and as such, I intend to advise the jury to ignore Ms. Carlisle's testimony altogether. Her contradictory revelations cancel each other out, which leaves us once again with the facts. And those facts haven't changed since the first day of this trial. You've done nothing to erase the trail that leads from the bungalow where Madeline was assaulted. And it still leads directly from that bungalow to your client. It leads first to his lies, given in lieu of an alibi. He was forced to back down on every one of them. It leads to the cufflinks found in his suitcase with traces of his wife's blood on them. It leads to the bloody shirt, which he had hidden. And it leads to the cigarette butt found by Madeline's body. The same unusual, expensive brand that David smoked. David Laurent meets the first two criteria for guilt. He had the opportunity and the means to commit this murder. But let's look at the third criteria, the motive. In spite of the defense's efforts, she's not been able to produce another bona fide suspect. The fact is that David Laurent is the only person who had a motive for wanting his wife dead. And she died because she was careless enough to walk around without a will, which meant that David was her beneficiary. In spite of the defense's claims that David was an enterprising businessman, the fact is that he had no money of his own and that he lived off his wealthy wife's fortune. When he knew that he was going to be divorced, when he realized that he was about to be cut off forever from that fortune, he killed her. For her money. No one will ever convince me otherwise. There's no doubt in my mind, nor I believe in the minds of these surrogate jurors, that David Laurent is guilty of murder in the first degree. Now, if by some fluke Ms. Wainwright manages to con the jury, she will be guilty of helping a murderer go free. And who knows where he will strike next? What unlucky woman will be next in line? Thank you.
Sheila, for heaven's sake.
I had to come, David. I couldn't stay away.
Audrey, are you...
I'm going to wait outside.
Are you okay?
Yes?
Courtney? Courtney, please don't go.
I don't want to hear any more
Look,
of this.
this preview was Mason's idea, not mine. But I sat here without a word, and I let him do his number on David. Courtney, he's going to give the jury a distorted image of him. It's not fair. I want to turn. And I think it's only fair that you listen to me tell my side, David's side. Please, Courtney. Will you let me do that?
Cruz.
Keith. You know, I checked with everybody, and nobody has any idea what happened to that picture or the negative.
My findings exactly.
I gotta tell you, I've put a lot of nasty people behind bars in my time, most of whom didn't know the meaning of the word ethics, but they couldn't hold a candle to you.
Really?
You were out of line to even suggest that I not show that picture to the defense, but this is too much.
You've burned your bridges with me, my friend.
Well, you know, I never cared for you much, but I did respect you.
was looking for you. I thought maybe if you had some time, we could have some lunch together.
I'm sorry, but the trial is about to begin.
Of course, I wasn't sure at the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll see you at home.
Sure. That was so awful. I should have called first. I wasn't even thinking.
Don't worry, your husband will never know that the reason you came here was to see me.
They know I was here that day. The day she was killed.
I know. My attorney told me about the photo. Look, you should go. We can't afford to be seen now until this is all over.
David, I need to be with you tonight, whether the jury's in or not.
You know, that's impossible. It'd be suicide.
I'll pray for you. He wanted to talk to her. He wanted to ask her to give their marriage another try. But instead, he walked into the bungalow and found his wife lying on the floor, apparently dead. This was when he made his big mistake. You see, he panicked and he ran, believing that it would look like he was the killer. He was grief-stricken and he was terrified, and yes, this was a monumental error in judgment. Nobody will argue that. But none of this automatically means that he killed her. All right, then there's Sheila. The witness that the prosecution would like us to disregard, and he's right. She gave quite a performance up there, didn't she? And the upshot of it was that it proved that David was telling the truth all along. That the affair was only going on in her head. Now, Mason would somehow like to show that Sheila's duplicity somehow diminishes David's credibility, but the opposite is true. I don't think that there's anybody in this courtroom who heard Sheila reveal her twisted love for David and show her sheer malice at him for not loving her back. I don't think there's anyone here that would believe he was anything other than her victim. I also don't think that there's anyone here who really knows the agony that David has been going through in the past few months. He not only lost his wife once, but he lost her twice. First, when he walked into the bungalow, and secondly, when he had to make the decision to sign her heart away in order to save another human being's life. Courtney, I was there. I witnessed his agonizing decision over that. And I have to tell you, it made a lasting impression on me. A person cannot be found guilty by a jury unless the jury believes beyond a reasonable doubt that that person is guilty. I believe that David Laurent is an innocent man who has been wrongly accused of a very terrible crime. I believe that in this case, there is a lot more than a reasonable doubt. And I ask you, I implore you, please return the verdict of not guilty.
Дэвид, я любила свою сестру. Но ты тоже ее любил. Прости меня. Прости меня. Я сожалею, что усомнилась в искренности твоих чувств. Ты не убивал Мадлен.
You say that in front of this jury, and you're guaranteed an acquittal. Court's about to convene.
So, are you the butler today? Rosa's in the kitchen.
Кухня. В доме больше никого нет. Все уехали в суд.
Да, замечательно. Тогда нам никто не помешает. Брэндон, я привезла тебе в подарок пакет печенья и футболку. Примерь ее, она тебе нравится?
Да, но будет лучше, если я не буду ее мерить.
Почему?
А что, если ее увидит Сантана или отец?
Да, я понимаю. Ты наденешь футболку, когда мы встретимся в следующий раз.
Да.
Ты видел рекламу моего печенья?
Конечно, около школы висят 2 плаката.
Понравилось, Брэндон? А ты не ожидал, что твоя мама деловая женщина? Попробуй. Я сама его испекла.
Сантана запрещает мне есть сладкое.
Мы сделаем исключение один единственный раз. Надо же отпраздновать успех моего бизнеса. Ты не заметил, что Сантана себя плохо чувствует в последнее время?
Утром ей было плохо. У нее аллергия.
Да. Будь внимателен к ней и не забывай помогать по дому.
Сегодня я помог ей сесть в машину.
Умница. И я попрошу тебя об одной услуге. Напоминай Сантане, чтобы она принимала лекарства.
Процесс над Лораном закончен. Присяжные удалились на совещание. Надеюсь,
Deliberate all night long.
Is that a bad sign for the prosecution?
Well, if they decide to convict, the decision's usually a quick one. But in a trial like this, it's hard to figure out what they're going to do.
Maybe it means that you're supposed to not think about it and put your mind on other things.
Lunch was nice.
Yeah, it was for me, too.
I'm glad you followed the impulse to come to see me. I think everyone should follow their impulses. I mean, if I'd followed my impulses in high school...
You know, people get themselves in trouble doing that.
I guess I better be going. Who shows up here? I don't think he'll be overjoyed at seeing me here.
No, I'm sorry. You're right about that.
He's been angry at me over the Laurent case. I don't think he knows what it's like to be in my position.
Cruz can be very unfair sometimes.
He is. I want to see you again. I want to put a little joy in your life.
I like that. I want to see you again, too.
Ah, the fair Cordelia. What news from court?
Oh, well, the jury is still deliberating. Hi, Justin.
Hi, I'm just leaving. I'll talk to you about that tomorrow.
Hey, you got it. And, thank you very much.
What are you thanking him for?
For his keeping the faith with me.
Don't tell me that he agreed to your crazy idea. Pearl, I can't believe that you could talk him into it. I was counting on him to hold out.
What can I say? I was blessed with the power of persuasion. Some of us have it, and some of us don't.
Fair, man.
Hey, you ought to know all about persuasion. Look what happened to you today in court.
Oh, that's different.
What do you mean it's different? It's the same thing. It's making someone see something in a different light than they saw before. Now, I just did that for Justin, and Julia did it for you today.
Yes, well, she sure did put some doubts in my mind about David's guilt.
Uh-huh. I think it's real good to be shaken up and make a complete about-face about something you weren't, that you were very sure about.
Well, Pearl, I'm shaken up, but it's not just about David.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You see, I don't want you to go. And so I thought I would try out some of my own powers of persuasion. And maybe talk you into staying.
Well, you know, I couldn't possibly concentrate on anything you have to say to me right now with you standing this close.
Oh, yeah? Well, then maybe I should keep my distance.
Sorry. Too late.
Did you arrange for all this? It's beautiful.
Well, I just found the time. Had to be done. In case this is our last chance for an evening like this.
We're going to have a lot more chances.
I'm not being negative, I just... God, you were incredible in that courtroom today. I really think our worries are over. I want you to know you've given me the most beautiful moments I've ever known.
I refuse to keep an open mind, and I refuse to be philosophical. We are going to go on with every plan that we ever made. At the end of June, we're going to go to that cabin that you rented.
I love you.
I love you. But I'm not going to stay here tonight. We're going to have dinner, and then I'm going to go home, and we're going to wait for the jury.
But the trial's over.
They couldn't have finished deliberating at that age. Too early.
Hello?
I'm sorry, darling. I just had to hear your voice again. I wish I could be there with you.
Yes.
I wish we were away together at that cabin you found for us, David.
Sometime.
Are you all right?
Oh, fine. Yeah, considering.
Darling, I won't sleep at all tonight, and I know you won't either unless the jury comes in. I want to come over later.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Tomorrow would be better. I'll have a lot to say then, one way or the other. Night. Reporters, you never quit.
Well, then let's quit then. Come back over here and let's have a wonderful dinner. What's the matter?
I know this isn't a good time to bring this up, but it's been on my mind all day ever since you told me about that photo of Sheila in Santa Barbara. Do you think it's possible that Sheila's the one that murdered Madeline?
Frankly, yes. You didn't do it, and somebody had to.
What chance have the police got of proving that without that photo?
If you're acquitted, they'll probably go after Sheila. But without the evidence, they're not going to get very far.
Cruz, I need to explain to you about this afternoon. I thought he was already in bed.
We'll be in a second.
Я обещала почитать Брэндону перед сном, но совершенно забыла об этом.
Скажи, сколько таблеток ты приняла сегодня?
Столько, сколько нужно.
Понятно. Учти, передозировка опасна.
Хорошо. Сегодня все получилось.
Не надо извиняться. Я не возражаю, если Брэндон останется с Розой. Я понимаю, у тебя клиенты.
Мне приходится встречаться в удобное для них время.
Вполне понятно.
Печенье миссис Кэтвелл. Наверное, Брэндон принес этот плакат. Я ненавижу Джину, ненавижу ее лицо, особенно ее гнусный язык.
Не расстраивайся по пустякам.
Я попрошу тебя об одном одолжении. Поставь меня в известность, если соберешься вернуться к Иден.
Прекрати, Санта.
Я говорю совершенно серьезно.
Извини, но это неудачная шутка.
Ты не представляешь, как меня вымотала эта изнурительная борьба. Я пыталась спасти наш брак. Но сейчас я осознала, что у меня просто нет на это сил. Я признаю свое поражение. Давай не будем мучить друг друга. Давай разойдемся и начнем новую жизнь. Начнем все сначала.
Скажи мне.
Я уверена в этом.
Я не верю тебе.
Кейт Симмонс ненавидит тебя.
Я его тоже. Почему ты переменила тему?
Сама не понимаю. Так получилось.
What are you doing?
Кладу королеву червей на короля червей. Неправильно. Пасьянсы в красной и черной масти обычно чередуются. Я жульничала. Возражаешь? Нет, конечно, нет. Я спрашивала о другом. Ты обещала сразу же лечь в постель, как только присяжные уйдут на совещание. Я солгала. Солгала, жульничала, что дальше? Я удивлена, что застала тебя здесь. Я верю в приметы. Я побоялась провести ночь с Дэвидом. Госпожа Удача — это весьма капризная дама. Я не знала, что ты веришь в приметы. Наши отношения многое значат для меня. Я люблю его, Августа. Да? Ты подумываешь о замужестве? Джулия, он может оказаться в тюрьме. Мне все равно.
Сомневаюсь. Я представляю себе, как последующие 20 или 30 лет ты будешь навещать Дэвида в колонии и приносить ему передачи.
Дэвид невиновен. Я буду добиваться его...
That's what you said about Mr. Magoo when you were 10. I think you had a better chance with him. Good night. Stop it.
Hello, David. Sheila, come in here. I told you not to come over.
I couldn't stay away.
You can't stay here.
Hello?
Hi. I wish I was with you.
Yeah, so do I, but I guess you were right. It's better this way.
Нам не стоит торопиться.
Но послезавтра мы будем вместе.
Если меня оправдают.
Мы подадим апелляцию. Если присяжные вынесут обвинительный приговор, полиция найдет пропавшую улики, и суд докажет, что Шейла убила Мадлен.
С такой верой я не могу проиграть.
Конечно. И помни, я люблю тебя.
Это твой адвокат?
Это твой адвокат? Следует отдать тебе должность. Ты неплохо приручил ее, мой дорогой. В суде она сражалась, как львица.
Шейла, нельзя оставаться.
После нашего знакомства я полюбила эту марку сигарет. Дэвид, дорогой, ты совершил большую ошибку. Зачем ты оставил окурок на месте убийства?
Авторы сценария Бриджит Добсон, Джером Добсон. Режиссер Эндрю Уэйн.